Hi, everybody. Kathy Lowry Gallowitz here and Vanguard veteran. Today, I am at the 121st Air Refueling Wing at Rickenbacker Air National Guard Base with my friend Kurt Wagner, who is currently serving as an Ohio Air National Guard chaplain and has done so for many years. Thank you for your service. And is also the founder as a volunteer of Military Connect at Fairhaven Church in Centerville, which is about 15 minutes away from Dayton. They have 3 campuses and about 6,000 members in their congregation, about 430 military connected people in their military ministry called Military Connect. So that creates interesting opportunities based on the geographic location and his expertise, certainly. So, Kurt, please tell us what this ministry is all about.
Well, primarily there's a couple different priorities that we have. One is to assimilate people quickly into the church, because in a larger church, it's harder sometimes to really feel like you're part of the church and find out what's going on and where to plug in. So we try to assimilate people quickly, and then we also try to provide opportunities for military families to build relationships with each other.
Nice.
Because it's sometimes harder to get to know people, and so military people seem to feel like they're really well heard and can really connect when they know that we've been through some similar situations
Absolutely.
together in life. So,
And then you also have a very strong deployment support program
right.
that one particular couple manages, if you will. And so being so close to Wright-Patterson, I guess about half of your participants in the ministry are actively serving and about half are retired, right?
That's right.
So how do you bring people together to help that assimilation into the church and the relationship building?
Well, we do that by a variety of ways. We have a pretty large guest welcome ministry at our church, and so they've given us the opportunity to have a kiosk in the lobby of our church, and we staff that at every service from May through October, because that's really the busy time of the year when all the new families are coming into the area, and some are coming in, some are leaving, and but that's where we get to meet a lot of people. So for new people coming to our church, that's kind of a first time that we meet them.
That's wonderful.
And we explain a little bit about our ministry. We have some nice flyers that our church has made, and we give them those, and then we try to plug them into, depending on the time of the year, what events that we're having.
Great. So on your bulletin, there's also a line that says, I'm currently serving or retired, so they can check that. You stay in close contact with the church administration so that you know new people who are coming on board.
Right.
And so you have a great way to identify people. And then once you identify them, you have all kinds of social activities and meals and, maybe a Bible study thing,
Right.
maybe once a week at least, right?
Right. During the school year, we meet every other Wednesday night. And we meet at the church because there's childcare on Wednesday nights
Good
at
point.
the church.
Very important.
For a lot of these younger families, that's really important to them. So we do a variety of things in our groups that meet throughout the year. On Wednesday nights, we sometimes have Bible studies, and we may have short series. And then we also may have people from the church come in and talk about different ministries and how to plug into those ministries. So we just try to do a wide range. Sometimes we'll just have a game night.
An event at a park.
Right. And then during the summer, in our church, traditionally the groups don't meet during the summer. They take a break, but that's our busy time. And so we tried something new this summer called Start Dinners, which stands for sharing together around the table. And every Wednesday night, we either meet at a park or at a restaurant, and just encourage whoever wants to show up, and we get to know them and build relationships through that.
Wonderful. And he's given me lots of great examples about how they've supported deployed family members. One example was a lady was suffering with breast cancer and her husband was deployed, and so the church was there to really help them, and or care packages being sent to the member or the member's unit members, and how all those 400 members of the military ministry pulled together to make that happen. I also want to emphasize how this started off. Initially, a staff member was
Right.
leading it, hosted some meetings. Kurt said, I'll do it, right? And then he and the leadership team came up with the goals,
Right.
right? And have basically been designing and executing this over the last 2 years. So a lot of wonderful things are being done. What was really important to the church when you started this ministry?
Well, it was really important for them that we not just become our own entity and separate from the rest of the church. That was really important to the leaders. And so we've tried to use a lot of what the church already has in terms of groups that do provide meals and groups that help with handyman projects, and even just providing the kiosk and all the administration that goes along with that. They've also provided us with a small budget that we can use, which they do with all their groups.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps.
Well, so what's wonderful is you bring the military people together because they connect quickly, but then you also work to connect civilians to the military people so that everybody wins. Everybody's a part of the win. Everybody's a part of championing the needs of veterans.
Right.
And so there is a small budget that certainly helps too. And they asked for a donation for the care package and got more money than they needed for that care package distribution overseas. So sounds like it's really wonderful. So tell us real briefly why this is important and why you're doing this.
Well, we've just recognized that with the military, there are some very unique needs. The military, especially, experience a lot of separations and in some of the deployments, and that brings up a whole new set of anxieties and stresses that we can help with, because a lot of our people are used to deployments, and they can encourage these people and come alongside of them and help them through those difficult times. And so also we found that military people need to plug into a church quickly and get involved, because they're not going to be there that long. And so
they need that spiritual support.
Right. And the spiritual support is really big also. And we have a great, our services are really focus on a lot of really practical teaching, and as well as the Bible studies that we do.
That would be relevant to any military member, anybody in any walk of life.
Some of our Bible studies, though, it's interesting how even though we do a regular Bible study, but we, apply it to what some of the military people struggle with.
Perfect. So. That's a great idea. Well done. So I'm sure you'd be willing to be a resource for anybody who's starting off a military ministry. How should people connect with you if they have questions?
They're welcome to email me or call me.
What's the email? What's your best email?
My home email is cwagohio@aol.com. So that's pretty easy.
cwag@AOL.
cwagohio@aol.com.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Kurt. You have been a pioneer and a champion and a friend to me throughout this clergy outreach, and we thank you for your leadership and all your efforts. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.